I've got this. I have to zap my platen to see if it's at 375 degrees perfectly without melting my t-shirts. There's the heat press. I'm actually what they call express drying the ink sublimation. So that way, because you have to have it dry before it even presses into the shirt. It's a process, but you know what? I enjoy it. This is my happy place. When stress gets going, and obviously I've had a stressful day today, and I probably overvented about a crazy Taco Bell, but we're all human. And, we agree and we disagree. We have opinions, and everybody else has opinions. And I try to promote positivity, not negativity. But like I said, we're human. We make mistakes, and I did. I regretted it. I should have just let it, whatever. I just won't go back and eat there. And actually, I'm thinking about really going on a fast, anyways, and stop eating at fast food restaurants. I'm not like in this situation about I'm of age to not support anybody, but it's my body. I think I'm about to start eating healthy and putting only good things in my body from now on. I mean, yeah, I might cheat and go to Texas Roadhouse because Texas Roadhouse, I know their food. And I know it's good food. The meat is real. The steak is real. And I know because I know the room that it gets cut in, right off the line. Their burgers are real. Their steaks are real. Their salads is real. The food is real. It ain't processed. The steaks and stuff it's not processed. Far from it. And so, when I want a steak, I go to the Texas Roadhouse. None of that. From here on out, I ain't eating anything fast food. I'll mark it today. That's it. I like my coffee, and I like my steak. But anyways, I gotta quit this. I'm here trying to do this t-shirt, so let's see how it turns out. I'm going to try to get the temperature up to what it's calling for. Right now it says 15 degrees. Let's see if the gun actually says that. That says that, and the gun says 242. So yes, this heat press is way off. So I'm gonna do it again, 228. Yeah, we're like way off. And I got to be at 375, so I'll have to kick it down some. God, this much better. So that's probably why my vinyl and my t-shirts are getting burnt, because this temperature is higher than actually what the digital readout is reading. I learned this from YouTube. Someone said, get one of these when you're using one of these presses, and your shirts will turn out perfect every time. Best investment ever made. Can't wait to see how this press turns out now, because it might make things a little less stressful, because I went through a lot of shirts and a lot of vinyl, and I wasted a lot of product because of this press. Let's see what happens. Okay, I got the ink sublimation transfer set, and I've got it on this shirt. And the temperature, I don't know. I got a bad feeling I'm going to be buying another heat press and selling this one probably. I don't know. It says 361 and that's 314, so that's way off. But then you go to a different part of the heat press and it's 363. There's so many abnormal temperatures. See, this is why I get aggravated. A little bit of, I don't know. Let's see what happens, Aggravation, I swear. Alright, let's give this a shot. Let me put some paper over top. You're supposed to use parchment paper on these. You can't use Teflon because it's the type of ink it is. So what I'm using is very, very, very extremely thin. The cheap, we call that printer paper. It's like parchment paper is thin. So It ain't like your regular printer paper. This is the cheap stuff. This stuff's so cheap that I wouldn't even print on it. But it's thin enough to use for that. And I had a lot of it laying around, so I'm using that for right now. And I'm going to go get me an order of the parchment paper in for this type of transfer. See, right now I've got this on covered, so it's protected. We're going to put it on for 60 seconds. Line it up here. It's all lined up good. And here we go. Down she goes. And we hit this timer. 60 seconds. Here's another thing. See, when you press it down, the temperature starts going way down. My other little heat press that I used before this, it didn't do that. Thank goodness the timer works right. And we'll see what happens here. I usually let it down for a couple more seconds, and then we lift. Timer off. See how much more convenient it is? The swing arm goes all the way out of my way. I gotta get this exposure box so I can put it on the stand. Don't need to waste any more time. Ouch, 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 ouch. That's hot. All right. And there we have a Fancy Nancy t-shirt from our little buddy. She's a great little girl, I'll tell you. She deserves this t-shirt, and me tell you, she loves Fancy Nancy. And I hope she loves it. She's a little 2-year-old. She's awesome. And I promised her a Fancy Nancy t-shirt, and guess what she had? She has a Fancy Nancy t-shirt. That turned out freaking awesome. I think I'm starting to figure out if I can get a wide format sublimation ink dye transfer type machine, and I can get it, where I can use it for bigger shirts. But these are here only for white or very light garments. You cannot use it on dark. You can if you want to get the actual white toner based ink sublimation, where it lays down a white base before actually putting the rest of it on there. So I can do that, but I don't have $3,000 or $4,000 to put into a machine. Hang on a second here. Here we have a Fancy Nancy t-shirt. In great quality. I love it. I think what I made is just turning this sublimation printer I have, just use it for kids' t-shirts and stuff. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Still got a lot of experimenting to do, and I think my timing, the t-shirt is not tinted or brown or burnt. So apparently the thermal temperature gun worked, because usually all of this would be brown and it would be tarnished looking and it would smell like it was being burnt. So it did good. I'm satisfied. I'm gonna make a few more t-shirts just to be playing around.
Disconnected.
My Bluetooth is disconnected from my music. Great. I'm going to try to play around with some of the light colors I got up there to see what the limitations of this dye press or this dye is for this t-shirts, and see if I can do it on a different color. Other than that, this concludes the testing of this gadget. If you've got an abnormal press that doesn't want to have the right temperatures and it's reading wrong from the actual digital readout, get you one of these and use it. Mark it down on what temperature you have to have it on the digital readout for it to be right with the right temperature for your garment and your printing, because each thing has a different temperature. Ink dye transfer is at the low end. What was it? 375 for 60 seconds. Vinyl has a different temperature. If you decide you want to do the heat transfer sheets, those are a little lower. something else. Oh yeah, they have the new ones that they have for, it's like a screen printing heat transfer. It has the plastisol ink on it, and you just lay it on there as a, like you're going to press a transfer on. And I don't remember the temperature of that. I actually bought some of them to test it out to see what it was like. I actually got it to see how it was done so I could do it. So I'm really pleased with that. And I think she's going to love it. But anyways, I'm going to end the video here for tonight. There's a lot more coming tomorrow. There's a lot of the stuff I want to do in here. And as always, I'm going to work on my being human in a lot of things. And I'm trying to work on this. But everybody, have a wonderful night. Morning, because it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I don't think I'll do another t-shirt. I think I'll shut everything down, go to bed, get up in the morning, and work on this screen printing press to see if it's all right, no damages. And as always, see you in the next video.